What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about a couple news stories you might have missed on February 7th, starting with the development of the Iron Man game, and basically just confirmation that the game has entered full production. Also, a little bit more clarification, it seems, of how EA Motive works, and it certainly seems, although I don't think it's ever officially been said, they have two teams. They have the Dead Space team, they're going on vacation, and then when they come back, they're going to figure out what's next, if they're going to continue Dead Space, what goes on there. But then there's another team that's going to be working on and is working on right now the Iron Man game. So a little bit more clarification of how the studio works, which I think is honestly awesome, and we get some good news for Iron Man. Next up is Judas, Ken Levine's next game. This game looked awesome at the Game Awards 2022, and we got word that it's one of the games that's coming out before March of 2025. I believe they said that there's like 87 games, right? Take-Two, 87 games that come out between basically right now and then, and it's one of them. So it doesn't mean it's coming out like next month. I guess it could come out actually anytime before March of 2025, but honestly, 2025 is probably when we're looking at it. Not too far away. They've been working on this game basically forever, but in terms of how long we've seen it visually, it won't be too long from when they first announced it to when the game actually comes out. And also in terms of Take-Two news, a bunch of other stuff. They've talked about, their money, their finances. They do expect to lay people off, which is not great news. And they also, to Jason Schreier, talked a little bit about Marvel's Midnight Suns, and although it was a success in terms of reviews and people really liked it, myself, I adore Marvel's Midnight Suns. I think it's an awesome game, but the game absolutely flopped in terms of money making. And honestly, that really does suck for a couple of reasons. Number one, you hope that doesn't lead to anything happening right to the studio. But number two, this is a different kind of game, and I know it wasn't everybody's cup of tea. I thought more people would buy it, and I would just be worried that this would send the message, and it probably does, right? I mean, to be honest, it probably sends the message that, hey, these kind of different kind of games, yeah, people aren't into them. Just keep making the same stuff over and over. I mean, that is kind of the messaging. How else, if you're a bigwig that only looks at the money figures, how else are you supposed to look at that, right? So that's not great news, although they did say that they hope that the game has a long tail, I believe was the phrase, meaning that it just sells well lifetime, that it just keeps going and keeps going, which hopefully it does. I don't think this is a game that would necessarily age at all. I think if you picked up this game in 2 years, it'd be the same now. Nothing is going to drastically age terribly with this game, so maybe that gives it an advantage, and I hope it does. And final news story, we got the Nintendo Direct coming tomorrow afternoon. Cannot wait. Obviously, I mean, Legend of Zelda is probably top of the list considering it's games that are coming out the first half of the year. Kirby, you'd expect, right? Zelda, you would expect. I'm honestly looking out for Master Detective Archives Rain Code. That's my game. That's the game I'm looking forward to from the creator of Danganronpa. So I hope they give us a release date because they always said spring for that game. So I would hope that maybe they say April or May, right? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.